In Good Shape, your health magazine on DW, featuring an interview with a different expert every week.
I'm here at the Berlin Charité with Dr. Bührer, who's the head physician of the Department of Neonatology. Thanks for inviting me into your clinic. Hello.
Hi.
Neonatology is the medical specialty which cares for newborn children.
Yeah, newborn infants, that's right.
Yeah, right.
And most of them are preterm newborn babies. Yeah.
So what's a preterm baby by definition?
By definition, it's a baby which is more than 3 weeks before due term.
Right.
But that are many babies. About 9% in Germany of all babies are born preterm. So our main concern are babies which are not 3 weeks but 3 months preterm. So they're very tiny and they need a lot of help. They're not sick, but they need a lot of help. And that helps them survive.
And this depends on the time they're born or on different circumstances as well?
It's most of the time they have not spent in the womb. That's time missing for development.
And what kind of problems do those children have?
A major problem is in the womb it's nice and warm and you're completely covered and you're completely secure, and outside it's cold and you have to make sure you keep your body temperature and you have to breathe yourself, or you need to breathe. There's no other way to get in the oxygen. So these are areas where these babies need help.
And how do you help those babies?
We try to be as similar as possible to the mother. So we put the baby in an incubator. It's warm and humid, like 37 degrees,
right,
like the mother would be. We help with breathing. So we have tubes, and with these tubes we have air which flows in the right direction, maybe improved air with more oxygen than normally. They have intravenous infusions because we had to cut the umbilical cord. So the baby needs fluids, and the baby needs energy, and the baby needs mother's milk. So the mother pumps milk, and we put these in small syringes, and via a thin gavage, this milk is put into the baby's stomach.
And it's the best nutrition the baby can get.
Definitely.
Right.
And then gradually they learn how to digest that. Every day they digest more and more. And after a few weeks we don't need the intravenous infusion anymore.
Right. So this is an incubator.
Oh, that's more than an incubator. That's a rolling intensive care unit, because not only an incubator.
Intensive care unit.
Yeah.
Right.
It has also a ventilator, a mechanical
right,
ventilator. It has for syringes which inject in fluids at a constant rate, and has its own gas supply, its own electricity supply. So in the rare cases we have to get to another hospital to fetch a baby, we have this with us. But in most cases the mother is being brought here before.
Which is the best incubator in the world.
The best incubator for transport is a mother's womb.
But if the mother's not able to come here, you put this into a car and then you rush into the other hospital and put the baby in there?
Exactly.
And then you take the mother and the baby back into your hospital?
Right.
Because
the mother goes in a separate car, because this one is so large, it fills an ambulance.
Yeah. But you need a department for neonatology to care for those premature babies, don't you? Right. So how many doctors work on one baby?
Well, the whole unit is staffed 24 hours a day, and it's staffed by at least 2 doctors. And like a ventilated baby has a personal nurse in every shift.
One nurse for one baby?
Yeah. A ventilated preterm baby has 1 nurse for 1 baby every shift. So it's a 24-hour surveillance.
So a lot of professional care, a lot of technology, which plays a big role in care from the unit.
The biggest role are the humans, not the machines.
Okay, you're right. The biggest role is the humans, and not only doctors.
Doctors and nurses.
And the nurses and the parents and the mother, because they start to play an increasing role in the care for preterm babies. Dr. Bührer, what do you think about this kangaroo care?
Well, it's part of our everyday work.
Right.
We do it with the very tiny babies. We do it as
early as... So you practice it here in the...
Definitely, yes, for many years. So we couldn't do with that. So we have very tiny babies, and they are lots of technical stuff around it, but it's still possible to put that tiny baby on the mother's breast and to establish this essential mother-infant bonding.
So it doesn't only help with the psychological development of the baby, it helps the brain development and the
it's just good for everybody. The mother and the baby shouldn't have been separated in the first place.
Right.
So it makes a lot of sense to keep them together as close as possible.
Speaking about the mothers, some mothers really think that it's their own fault that they delivered a premature baby.
Yeah. Well, mothers are entitled to worry. That's what motherhood is all about. And of course they worry, but it's virtually never the fault of the mother that the baby is born preterm.
But if there's a risk of a preterm baby,
Yeah.
can the mother do anything to avoid it?
Well, what she can do, she can prepare it for it. So she goes to a hospital where the delivery unit and the neonatal intensive care unit are just next door to each other. And that's very important. So in case the baby is born preterm, there is no large transport, because the transport is dangerous for the baby.
Is the transport time or the transport itself?
Well, the transport itself, if you have to go over, to put the baby in a car, to go to another hospital, so it's all risky. So it's good not to transport the baby for more than 10 meters.
So you've got a lot of preterm babies here in your clinic,
Yeah.
and you follow them up during the next years of
Yeah,
their lives.
we keep contact with them.
Yeah. So what do you see? Are they developing into normal children?
Well, some babies have problems later on. In the first years, some have problems with breathing, but that goes away. And then some of them have problems when they go to school, because they need some special help. And when they enter puberty, they show less risk-taking behavior.
Oh, that's a good thing.
That's a good thing. They drink less alcohol, they have less unwanted pregnancies. So they're a little bit withdrawn, but in this situation, that's good.
But you got any idea why is that?
Well, if you are born 3 months early and you are exposed to lots of things which are different than would have been when you were in the womb, your brain may develop a little bit different.
So it's a very crucial time for the human development, the first,
Definitely.
first
Yeah.
weeks,
Yeah.
and first days,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. So you take care of a lot of babies, and unfortunately some of them die because they're too sick or
too early.
Too early. How do you cope with that?
Well, first thing you have to accept that sometimes you're not the person to help the baby to survive. So then you're the person who helps the baby to live as good as possible in the short time span the baby has been given. And you do that for the baby, and you do that for the family, the mother, the father, whoever is around, because they all love that baby.
So it's definitely satisfying.
I like my job, and our nurses like their job. Once they're here, they don't want to switch to another unit anymore. And it's nice to have mother and child and father go home happily, and they return once in a while. So we see them grow, we see them develop, and they are curious to see the place where they have been for the first weeks or months of their life.
So where the life started. Dr. Bührer, thanks so much for
You're
inviting
welcome.
me into your clinic. Thank you so much.